I was listening to a broadcast that Jason Black was doing on his channel about the topic that I'm about to talk to you about today. And all I have to say is this. If this goes through in the state of New York, the people who live in New York and make an honest living doing and working jobs and have careers where this kind of pay is warranted, y'all are in trouble. So you seeing this right here, it says food delivery workers charge a salary of $30 an hour. This is just for delivering food, y'all. And we're not talking about people delivering food on those trucks, like those grocery trucks that deliver food to people who may not be able to go to grocery stores and shop for themselves, like those food delivery trucks. We're talking about people who drive Uber Eats, maybe Lyft, DoorDash, something along those lines, something that doesn't require a skill, just as long as you have a vehicle. And you can drive to the location in a timely manner, pick up the food and deliver it to the people who order from it in a timely fashion and with the food still intact, and you just move on to the next customer. They are wanting pay for something that doesn't even require a high school diploma or even a college degree. Just have a driver's license. No skill required. And if you look at the picture, all of them are Latino, Mexican. I'm not exactly how to classify them, but I know the writing on the sign is in Spanish. And it says Los Deliveristas Unidos. I'm guessing that means the deliverers united. Someone could check me down in the comments because I'm probably wrong, but I do know that that D word is definitely deliver or delivery, and Unidos, that's united. And if you look at the picture, it has a picture of a person riding a bike with the food bag on their back, holding up, you guessed it, the Black Power fist. So now they're stealing our logos and our symbols, but that's nothing new either. Black and Brown Coalition, my ass. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and read this article and y'all can get a better gist of what they're talking about. Delivery workers took over the City Hall newsstand Thursday, fighting for a $30 an hour minimum wage. A lot of people think that this is an easy job, but it is not an easy job, said Jessica Choke, a delivery worker. Standing shoulder to shoulder, fists raised in the air, New York's delivery workers said they have one goal: getting their companies to raise the minimum wage to $30 an hour. As if living in New York is not expensive enough as it is. I think New York and LA, or California as a whole, are probably two of the most expensive states to live in. And if they raise the minimum wage for them to $30 an hour, and I don't even think they work a whole 40-hour work week, that's going to raise naturally everything else. It goes on to say they can do better for all people, said Choke, especially for those people who are fighting every day. It's a good job and I like it, and I hope they can take a good decision for everybody. Last year, City Council passed regulation of delivery apps, including Grubhub and DoorDash, a step towards better working conditions and pay. But Los Deliveristas Unidos says the fight isn't over. We have a lot of expenses, delivery worker Manny Ramirez. And it's crazy. Let me go back a little bit. This woman, Jessica, said that we are fighting. It says, let me go back a little bit more. It says they can do better for all people. They're not talking about every single body. They're talking to people that look and identify as the ones you see in this picture. Because as you can see, it is only Mexicans or Latinos or Hispanics in this picture. Puerto Ricans, whoever. It's no one else. It's just them. So we know exactly who they're talking about. So when she says fighting for everybody, they're fighting for, everybody who looks like the people in this picture. That's what they mean. We have a lot of expenses, delivery worker Manny Ramirez said. We want to cover all of the expenses and get some money to support our families, aka send money back across the border and probably try to shuffle them in here. Phones, bikes, repairs, meals, weather, expenses for work. We cover all that from our pockets. Grubhub shared the following statement with Pix 11 News. We're committed to our delivery partners and know that they're absolutely essential to New York City businesses and communities, said Grubhub in a statement. That's why we've supported legislation that protects the rights of the workers for any app. We are constantly innovating to improve the driver experience on Grubhub, including by releasing updated safety features increasing flexible access to earnings, and more. DoorDash also weighed in. They said dashing enables so many people to earn when, where, and how often they choose. A DoorDash spokesperson told Pix11. Proposals that significantly increase the cost of could have damaging effects on small businesses by reducing orders and harming the very workers and earnings standard intends to support. We will continue to work with policymakers on a reasonable approach to minimum earnings that support dashers and keep these crucial services within reach for businesses and consumers. A spokesperson for Mayor Eric Adams, aka the Joe Biden of New York, though his words, not mine, also shared a statement with Pix11 News. The Adams administration has been laser focused on supporting working people, including our city's delivery workers, a City Hall spokesperson told Pix11. Under the mayor's leadership, we have implemented brand new worker protections for delivery workers and launched a first-of-its-kind hub program, leveraging existing infrastructure to provide spaces for delivery workers to rest and recharge. But we recognize there is more work to do, which is why we are engaged in ongoing efforts to secure higher wages for these workers so they are fairly compensated for their labor. And I'm not surprised that this is coming from Eric Adams, because he loves to do for everybody else up there except for Black Americans, or for the little bit of Black Americans that are still left in New York. After all, this guy and Kathy Hochul together created streets for various different groups of people. But this is the same guy that says we need to declare a state of emergency because there's an influx of migrants coming here from the border. Eric Adams, have you thought that some of those migrants that's coming to the state of New York by bus from the border might be the same ones who are demanding $30 an hour to do a job that requires no skill? Some of the ones that came in by bus probably are in this picture. Shoot, they may not be in this picture, but I bet a lot of them probably are the ones demanding $30 an hour for an unskilled job, a job that requires no high school diploma or college degree. Los Deliveristas Unidos was first formed during the height of the pandemic, so that's around 2020, and they say they continue to fight for not only higher pay, but the right to use a restroom on the job as well as protective equipment. And listen, the way that Eric Adams is and Kathy Hochul is up there, I'm willing to bet they were going to give them everything that they want. I would not be in the least bit surprised. But this is an insult to the people that went to years of schooling, got their fancy degrees to get into the career fields that they wanted to get into, to work hard and to do what they do, only for these individuals to come and try to shoehorn their way in and say, we want $30 an hour to just go pick up some food and deliver it to those who it's intended for. And like I said, they most likely won't even work a whole 40-hour work week. So I just happened to Google what was the average a delivery driver, a food delivery driver makes in New York. And on average, it's $20.52 per hour, which is about $42,685 annually at an hourly rate. It says compared to the national average of $38,785. So they want to add on an additional $10 to what they're making. And with that, it will round up around 60,000 plus. Probably around 62,685, somewhere around that ballpark range, if they get this increase that to the point of where they want it. And like I said, whenever something increases like that with pay, then that means everything else is going to go up. Because you know what? Let's hypothetically say that this passes. Then that means a lot of people are going to want to latch on to doing this just so they can get that increase in pay. That's $30 right there. Everybody was going to try to latch on to it. But then I also question, will everyone be allowed to do it? What's going to be the loopholes in this? Because remember, this little group, this Los Deliveristas Unidos, they're the ones fighting for it. So they might try to relegate it to keep it just within their core group. And we already know what may happen if that happens. But yeah, they want $30 an hour for an unskilled job. If y'all live in New York, I definitely can't wait to see what y'all have to say about this down in the comments. Because like I said, to those who actually went to school for years, got degrees and whatever, or got a trade to do a job that pays them $30 an hour or maybe more, this has got to be an insult to you. That these individuals who most likely aren't even from here, probably are here illegally, might I add, wants $30 an hour. And to add more insult to injury, if they are here illegally, which I'm willing to bet many of them are, that takes away from money that someone who was born here or from here is not able to tap into. They literally are snatching the jobs away from you. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know why illegal immigration is not good for America, I just gave you a blueprint, a small little section of a blueprint as to why that is. You're looking at it right here on your screen.